What's up, everybody? Welcome to another B.M.B. podcast. My name is BJ.
This is Mike.
And it's just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Oh, damn. I already took my socks off. I'm going to take my shirt off after that.
This guy right here. Now, leave it on, brother. Leave it on. I don't want Lord getting jealous. All right, leave it on.
Yep. It's been a while since we've did this.
Yeah, man. A lot of things been going on. And, I know you've been busy.
Yeah. Busy, moving, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, so how's it over there in Cow Country?
So I basically moved from Corona down to Chino. We like Chino. It's a lot centrally located for us. We'll get out of the 15 freeway, get out of that whole gridlock that's over there. We enjoy it. We like it. Besides the mosquitoes, which we weren't really familiar with, didn't know that was going to happen out here. We got bit up the first 2 days. It didn't help, though. We had some people come over, do some painting and do some work and left some windows open. So we think some mosquitoes got inside and were stinging us. And we haven't really got stung recently since then. But we got that. We got it smelling like cows in the morning. And then you also have the airport that comes by, so you basically get serenaded to airplanes landing. I don't mind it too much. Laura doesn't like it too much, but she says, it's not that bad because she sleeps next to me snoring all loud.
It can't be that bad. Huh?
Yeah, it can't be that bad, right? So, no, we enjoy it. It's really nice. We're going from a very, very spacious home to something very small here with less backyard, less inside, but we were able to purge, get rid of some stuff, downsize, and we kind of liked getting rid of some stuff, you after 8 years in a big home, you realize how much stuff you accumulate, man. It's insane.
It's been 8 years?
Yeah, 8 years in that house.
Damn.
Maybe a little bit over 8, yeah.
I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah, it was sad, dude. It was sad moving out of there.
I bet.
Yeah, the first house that we bought, we bought it before we were even married.
Uh-huh.
We had all the parties there. We had all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a real trip seeing it empty. Like I didn't think I was gonna get like emotional, and I kind of did, But we're on to.
It was like Will Smith on the end of Fresh Prince.
Yes, I totally forgot that's how it was. Oh yeah. So, but we're enjoying it here. We like it. It's a really, really cute little place. It just kind of has everything you need. Nothing more, nothing less. We got a pool, we got a park. Met a couple of the neighbors, so that was good.
Yeah, that's cool. Also, now we can go over there for pool parties, huh?
Yep. Come over here. I mean, it's not a huge pool, but we can definitely get it going.
No, I got you. That's cool, man. Well, the house party got to be coming soon.
Oh yeah, house warming.
House warming, barbecues. So, do you guys have a backyard or not really?
Yeah. We have like a little bit of it basically goes from we have a 2-car garage, and nice. It's detached. So what they did was the space in between the garage and the house is like kind of like a little backyard. And luckily, the people before us, they put pavers down. So it's basically, there's no grass, no nothing, but it's all paved. It fits the CMU blocks that we have for seats outside. We were able to bring over a couple, like our round table with the chairs and some layout chairs and another chair. So it's a pretty nice backyard. Mm-hmm. But it'll fit probably about a good 15 people in the back, just kind of comfortably probably. Okay. So it'll still be good for our little house parties and stuff like that. I mean, it might not be as big as we used to have, but we'll definitely have some people over and stuff like that.
You got less breakdancing room now, huh?
Oh yeah, less breakdancing room.
No windmills.
Yeah, you can't really move furniture if you're gonna get in a fight.
Oh man. Well, I know one thing sucked. Like I liked about the house you guys were in was the speakers in the house.
You will be happy to know that they were. I lucked out again, and there's 4 of them. I swear there are 4 of them in the ceiling.
Oh,
and they had it all. The guy whoever did it before had it nice. They ran all the HDMI's.
What
all
the
like
hell?
yeah, he's nice. It's like a little entertainment system where it's like he has levels, so you can put like your your receiver, your devices, and then whatever some movies in there's like shelves, and in between each shelf he put like it's like HDMI port in, and then on the next shelf HDMI port in, and then it all goes to where the receiver is. So you can have your receiver in one place, devices on the next one, device, and then it all like kind of goes really nice. So yeah, I lucked out, man.
You got a magnet for places like that, huh?
Yeah, you know what's funny is like I'm trying to think. Is there was another one that we were looking at in northern Chino,
Uh huh.
right by the airport.
Oh, okay.
And I'm trying to think, B, if that had it too. And I want to say I almost believe it did. I'll have to ask Laura to look at some video or some photos that she took of the unit, and see if there was any speakers in the ceiling. But yeah, for some reason I do, man. I didn't even think about it like that, but don't have to do no surround sound, no nothing. Already ready for me. I'll probably not get it because we're just renting this one. So the one that I probably do buy is probably not gonna have anything. I'll probably have to do it all.
This guy. Oh well, if you guys, yeah, because not too many houses have that.
No.
But it's cool when you have it though.
Oh yeah, everything's tucked away and everything.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, you have to come out, man. Like probably after once we like I said we have
Thanksgiving?
well yeah after Thanksgiving for sure, man. We have we have some house guests that are coming over that are gonna be staying with us for about 3 weeks. So
For sure.
probably won't be doing much on the weekends. We got to entertain them, figure out what
You're
You
not
got to
hiding
play
out
like
you're not hiding out no gangsters, are you?
no gangsters. El Chapo or it's not El Chapo.
Chapo's. He broke out of jail. He's just kicking at your house and
Yeah,
shit.
he's gonna be hiding under my toilet now. You ever see that? He had like a getaway, like a toilet, or I don't know if it was Escobar or somebody. Man, their whole sink or their whole tub would go up in the air, and they would get in underneath it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they had like the little hideout, and they like if the cops came, boom, he ran up and hid away. They had like those little trap doors and stuff.
I guess you got to when you that big of a drug dealer.
Yeah, that's insane, right? When I always wonder how those people get that big to be able to like, and then how do you just control all that, and then make sure nobody else is trying to move in on your space, or you got to always be watching your bat.
Well,
And do you even get to enjoy the money?
It's weird because they have tons of money, but it's like your whole thing is okay. You get in good with you build yourself up, and then you start paying off the authorities so they don't mess with you, and then but then you have like freaking FBI or whatever after you, and then what do you do? I mean, you probably pay them off too. Some of them will take the money.
Oh yeah, you have to.
But then there's the groups where they're really trying to get you. So your whole thing is make money, but then set yourself up in a place where you can escape if shit goes down.
Mm-hmm.
So which is crazy, and which is weird because bring up. You remember a game called Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah. They're just dropping that new one out.
Yeah. So I was watching some videos of a YouTuber playing it, and that video game is so realistic, like it's ridiculous realistic of like how the West was set back then.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, how can they? Like the graphics are crazy. The storyline is pretty dope though. It reminds me of like a movie.
Yeah, I remember. I remember. I think I might have played the first one and maybe the second one, and then I haven't. The last system I bought was a PlayStation 3. I haven't bought anything newer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got to watch some videos. I heard about that game. I haven't seen any trailers or seen any of the gameplay, but that's awesome that they're that it looks great.
Yeah, but the reason I bring it up because like I don't want to be a spoiler. I don't know if you ever play it.
No.
Oh, okay, but it's.
I retired the remote control.
You retired? No more video games?
No, I still got my. I mean, I still got stuff. I don't play my PlayStation 3 that much.
Oh,
Lalo's been trying to get me to get a 4, and I'm just like, he's trying to get me to get the Switch, and I'm just like, I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, I have my Nvidia that I told you that I got all set up, but other than that, that's it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm sorry.
No, that's good. But like the plot of the story, like they're like outlaws and they're just trying to survive, and they rob banks, rob trains, and all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like pretty much, yeah, they're making money, but they're on the run and they're trying to make sure they have escape routes and shit like that. So it's just like, yeah, you might get big and make money, but you still got to worry about people coming after you, and do you have enough security? Yeah. All that shit. I couldn't be a kickpin like that.
Oh, no way.
I like to chill. I don't like to be worried like that.
No. Hell no.
Yeah, that's too much.
Can't wake up late on a Sunday or nothing.
You
wake up late on a Sunday, you might not wake up.
Yeah, they have a gun to your head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just crazy, though. But, yeah, man, I mean, it's been, what, a couple weeks?
I think about 3.
Damn, it's been that long?
Yeah, we've been going on a hiatus. Hopefully we can get a good little streak going on now.
Yeah, we should now. I mean, now that you're set up, but are those people going to be in that room where you record or what?
Oh no, dang! Yeah, that's a good cool point. But no, they'll be in the other room. I'm like, shh, I'm doing a podcast. What's a podcast? Oh, Chapo, just hide.
Chapo, just hide. Oh shit. Yeah, but yeah, I've been me. I mean, if you on your moving, but I just been working like crazy. But a holiday did pass. Well, it's not a holiday, but Halloween.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Halloween day I didn't do nothing, but on the weekend I went to the bar across the street,
mm-hmm.
and then they had a I went there with the neighbor, and then they have a they had like a costume, costume. What do you call it?
Contest.
Sorry, yeah, costume contest, and people were all dressed up over there, and I go to that bar frequently, so I knew some people there.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the neighbors was there, younger black dude, he's probably like, I don't know, early 30s, and he was dressed up as Killmonger, who was the bad guy in Black Panther.
Yeah, but
Michael B. Jordan.
How did he do that?
Character. Dog, look, I think he didn't win. I voted for him because a lot of people there knew the other people who were in the contest. So
it was like biased.
Yeah, but he had the most. He hands down had the best costume. This fool said he even trained. Because he said he drank milk and he was doing certain exercises to get his chest puffed up like him in the movie. I was like, fool, you actually trained for this? I was like, get out of here. I was like, that much dedication?
Man, just for this contest or I mean, he probably had to be, he's got to be doing another contest.
No, it was just for this contest, bro.
Oh my gosh, that's a dedication.
Yeah,
man.
So he had the hair just like him, how his hair was in the movie. He made it just like that.
How did he do the scars?
Well, I don't know if he didn't have the scar.
Oh, okay, I was about to say.
But he had the weapons like on his back hanging and stuff like that. He had it was like his chest was shown, had a little vest thing, and like I was like, dog, you went all out, like super all out.
That's gnarly.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was cool though, but I was like, damn, I don't know, that's a little bit too much dedication. Too much dedication.
Hey, how is that able? How are you? Michael B. Jordan, that character, those are just cuts, right? Like that, or that person would have got right from like.
No, the cuts. No, those are the those not cuts. They're like the little symbols of because
I'm becoming a man.
Vibranium in him. Yeah, he has the vibranium in him. So that's what those marks mean. So that's why he has that on his chest like that, I believe.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like battle scars that they did. No. You know how some tribes would cut themselves?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Oh, okay.
If I believe. Don't quote me.
I won't.
I think that's what it's for.
Yeah, I don't really know too much of his. I don't remember too much of his character in any of the comic books that I read. I don't think Killmonger showed up that I could recall.
What, in any what, comics?
Yeah.
No, well, I never read any Black Panther comics.
I read a few, but I'm trying to remember the bad guy in those ones. I kind of drawn a blank on who the bad guy was. Maybe it was Killmonger, but I don't remember. It's been a while.
You know, with all these Marvel and DC movies coming out, it makes me want to go back and read comics and actually see how legit are the movies compared to how the series was in the comics. You know, I know they exaggerate for the movie's sake.
Mm-hmm. I can give you. I've got a couple Black Panthers I can give you if you like that one. I can give you that one, or I've got a couple other ones too. But I have I just moved a lot of mine around. And I was looking at them, I'm like, man, am I ever gonna pull these back out and start reading them?
Yeah, I saw a movie listing for the upcoming DC movies.
Oh yeah, that they have that one that looks pretty funny. It's like their Deadpool kind of. They're trying to answer. I think it's like. Mm-hmm. I can't remember the guy.
Is he a new character, or they always had him?
I think they've always had him.
Okay.
Shazam or something like that.
Yeah, because I want them making up characters all of a sudden just to compete. It's kind of, it's kind of like, come on now.
Yeah, no,
DC's getting killed, man. I'm sorry.
Marvel's
killing them.
Yeah, I think Superman just left right now. He's not coming back around. Whatever his name is.
Oh, the guy who plays him?
I think so.
Oh, they can always get somebody to play.
Oh
Superman.
yeah. He left.
Batman.
Yeah, Batman. They should just do some. That's what they need to do. They need to do some dives into like anything outside of like Superman, Batman, any of those series, and just go something else. I mean, I know DC's huge. I know they gotta have some other type of stories or any character lines that they can go into.
They should. I mean, I don't think people are so big on Superman and Batman like they used to.
No, I mean they'll always be big characters. I just don't. I mean, like it's like kind of like Spider-Man with me. It's like, how many times can you guys tell me this story? How many times can you tell me that Aunt May died? How many times can you I still care for the character and I still care for their storyline, but it's just like, give me somebody else. Like when they brought. I mean, I'm a huge Deadpool fan, so that was kind of very easy, but give me somebody like off the wall like that. Or what's that, Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy was not even a big comic book. Like people didn't even read that comic book. It was like a complete like dud, It did okay, but it wasn't anything that was big.
That's true.
At all.
Yeah.
So DC just needs to do something like that, like off the wall.
They should.
But this Shazam one looks good. I'll have to see their lineup. I didn't see that lineup thing.
Every time I see Shazam, I think of Shaq.
I know, I do too.
That's fucking weird. Like, what's this Shazam? Like, is Shazam a character?
Yeah, it's a character. He's like Superman.
So why would Shaq do a movie called Shazam? Was that copyright? Nobody said anything about that?
Well, Shazam was...
Or are they spelled differently?
But Shazam, wasn't he a genie?
Yeah, he was some kind of genie or something.
Yeah, but this is a superhero one. But
okay.
nobody was making. Yeah, that's like Man of Steel. It's like remember when he was in Man of Steel?
Yeah, Man of Steel. Yeah.
Well, talking about movies,
Superman.
They're doing Space Jams again, and LeBron's going to be in Space Jams.
LeBron is signed up to do Space Jam 2, which I am not a fan of.
No,
they should leave that alone. Leave it. It's a classic. Leave it alone. Yeah. I'm tired of these remakes of movies. Like, how many remakes are actually better than the originals?
So here's a question.
Yeah.
So say they make that too, and it's horrible. Mm-hmm. Just let's just say. Yeah. And does that take away from one?
No, it makes one even better.
Oh.
Anytime
I've never heard that. I've never heard people just say flat out, no, it makes it better. Okay, I like that.
That in my opinion, I think so, because like, okay, you tried to remake it, but you killed it. The original is always going to be the one, Like I'm thinking about, was it Point Break?
Yeah. Oh my god!
Like, really?
I try to go back and watch that again.
And that was garbage.
Or any John Wick,
This guy. I don't know about the original John Wick. I don't know anything about that.
God.
But yeah, like I don't know. I can't. I'm trying to think of a remake that actually was as good. And I think
I mean, the only one that really stands up is not Ghostbusters, is Back to the Future, and then also
Back to the Future. No, they didn't remake that.
Back to the
It was just
Future
a
2 was
it was
good.
just a that was just
Oh, you're talking about a point. You're just
yeah,
talking about a remake.
a remake.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh,
I don't know too many that actually were like
outdid
damn.
the other one.
Mm-hmm. There's probably one. I think there's one recently. I just can't think of it right now. If I do
Yeah, I think I know
in
what
the
you're saying.
podcast,
There
I'll
was
bring it
something.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think these directors or writers are running out of ideas. They're like, well, I like that movie back in the day. I'm just going to remake it.
Yeah, and I think if I'm a writer, there's just a lot more. I think there's a lot more. I mean, not a lot more, but I think just TV shows are more exciting. It gives you have a longer period of time to tell a story than just trying to
Yes.
cram 2 hours and make me like these characters, care about them, invest in them, and then care about whatever the fuck's gonna happen to them in the movie.
Yeah.
And I think it's so nice to be able to have these big, drawn out events that can last for a couple episodes and then die and then come back up at the end. I think that's more. If I was a writer, I'd want to write for that type of stuff rather than just trying to get a movie off a big blockbuster.
That's true.
I mean, that's why you see a lot of these people going towards this stuff.
Yeah, like I mean, if you can't get like the major networks like NBC, ABC, CBS, and Fox, you can do Netflix.
Yeah, easily.
You know, if it's a good series, you can do Netflix, and I think why Netflix kills is because you can watch all the episodes in one night if you want to.
And they don't even care if it really gets the masses. They're all about quantity, because if you can put out just all this stuff, there's somebody that's going to like it. Somebody's going to watch it. Somebody's going to
Yeah.
care about it. Somebody's going to talk about it. That's why they're doing all these other things in different languages and all these different types of genres and all this stuff in different styles of, like, even reality shows that are off the wall in America, but in other countries, that's what they watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're killing it, man. They keep on doing good. They keep on doing everything good, but they're gonna get their back catalog's gonna get sucked away from them eventually. Disney's doing their own thing.
Yeah.
All these people nowadays are creating their own services. Where
Amazon, Hulu.
they want to keep all their stuff to themselves. That's why Hulu's doing originals. That's why YouTube is doing originals. That's why Amazon is doing originals, and then all these other people like you just named off, like CBS, NBC, Fox. All these other people they're gonna start taking those away from these people and just creating their own services.
Well, just look at the what was it? It was the Emmys
Yeah.
recently. Like,
Oh, killed it.
yeah, the majority was like the streaming services.
Yeah, I think Amazon Marvelous Mrs. Maisel won like 8 or 7, or I don't even know. And trust me, that is such a good show. I cannot speak high. I cannot keep on speaking highly of that movie. It's so good.
Yeah.
Or that show is so good. I mean, I'm a fan of the writer. Guilty Pleasures, like they did Gilmore Girls, and I loved
Oh, okay.
Gilmore Girls. So they wrote this, and it's just so genius. Laura loves it. I love it. It's funny. It's great. They can write. Those people can write. So they deserve everything they got for that one. But yeah, definitely all these streaming services are taking over.
Yeah.
Because you give a writer, you give a director complete freedom. And probably for those people that get told, oh no, you can't do this. Oh no, you can't do this. Can't do this. To be able to have that freedom like that, like, oh my gosh, how awesome is that?
Yeah, that's true because the network might be like, you know what? We would air it, but you got to change this. You gotta
Or we
change that.
kind of have something that's kind of like that. You got to change it. It's like, no, Netflix is like, I think House of Cards
Yeah.
was literally supposed to go to HBO, and they were
okay.
literally selling it to HBO and Rob Reed, I think that's the guy that owns Netflix. I think he called the director or producer or whoever it is of that show, and then he just threw out this outrageous number to him and just said, "Hey, I want it." And they were supposed to go and sign with HBO the next day.
Wow.
And then they said, "Nope, we're not going to sign. We're going to go with." I think what their thing was, they told them, "Look, we'll give you we'll buy 3 years off the bat." Mm-hmm. And I don't, something like this, and then they gave them an enormous amount of money, and how could you not, like just with a show that you're not sure about, HBO is probably only going to green light you for one season, see how it goes. And Netflix is like, we don't care. We'll just take 3 of them. Just make them. Because they're already made, half of them they're already done, so they're just buying it.
Yeah. And it's a damn good show. I miss it. Damn Kevin Spacey and your fuck ups.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, I didn't watch. I think I watched the first maybe like 8 episodes, possibly. Oh, okay. My mom loved it. I know everybody loved it.
I loved it, and then he's off the show. And I'm not trying to watch it with
Robin Wright.
Yeah, I mean she's good in the show, but it's not the same without Kevin Spacey. He made the show. He makes the show.
Well, yeah, he makes the show. He was part producer.
Sure he was. He was.
So he literally makes them.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but on the streaming though, I'm watching Bob's Burger, man. Oh my god, I've heard so many good things about this show. Finally gave it a chance. Watched it. I thought it was going to be a really like a kids show. It is completely adult. It's not like Rick and Morty adult. But like most of the jokes are just like really censored towards like more of a mature person, But so I love it. And for a cartoon, Laura will sit there and watch it with me and just die. She just dies laughing. She loves it. And I've never turned on a cartoon that wasn't something nostalgia like Care Bears or something,
No
Charlie Brown. No, I don't. I can't. I think I don't even watch Family Guy.
Oh, okay. That's Brian and his kids thing. They love them some Family Guy.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, Family Guy is cool, but I haven't... It's hard for me to watch Family Guy or The Simpsons or just, like, I don't know. I mean, I know it's sometimes catered for adults, but in my mind, I'm like, it's a cartoon. I
can't get past that.
I can't get past that. It's a cartoon.
Oh, yeah. That's understandable, too.
Yeah, so... it's just weird. But I did watch a cartoon movie.
Which one?
The other day. It's going to kill me. I'm going to kill myself. It was the one when... It was like
newer?
Mostly Hispanic.
Oh, gosh. About the passing away. Gosh, darn it.
The guy was looking for his father. His father
yes,
was
good movie. Yeah, good movie.
It was a good movie. I cannot lie.
Yes.
And I can't believe I forgot the name of it.
Oh my gosh, what's that damn fucking Pixar?
Was it Pixar?
Yeah, it's Pixar. Or Pixar Disney.
It was a Disney movie. It was, and I have no clue what it was.
Oh my god, I'm having such... for some reason I want to say something Chico, but I know it's not Chico.
He said Chico. Oh, Chico, come over here.
Hey, Chichi, get the yayo. Oh my gosh.
Coco.
See, I was kind of close.
You're close. Chico. Yeah, Coco. Yeah, good movie.
Yeah, no, that was great. We actually should have watched it for Day of the Dead just happened. Or Day of the Angels. We should have watched it. I totally forgot to.
Yeah, Coco. Yeah, that's what it was.
Coco.
Good movie.
Yeah, and then Hip Hop Revolution Season 2 came out on Netflix, so I've been kind of going to that one. I don't know if you've seen the first one of that.
I haven't watched the first one.
You should watch it. It's pretty good. Okay. One thing I didn't notice, though, the second one kind of dives into New York real hard. And I liked it because they explained the different boroughs and all that type of stuff. Yeah. And then Queensbridge, Nas came out, kind of broke everything. And then they talked about Shaolin or the Wu-Tang. And I didn't know about Wu-Tang that they were all Staten Island.
Well, most of them. There was some from Brooklyn.
Okay, so some
like Ghostface was not Ghostface, but Old Dirty was from Brooklyn.
Because he's RZA's cousin, though, right?
RZA's cousin, or not? Yeah, RZA's not RZA.
Is it?
Yeah, RZA's cousin.
Yeah, there's like 3 of them that are cousins.
And Jizza, they're all
Jizza,
related.
yes. And
Yeah.
then so their whole thing was like, we got to put Staten Island. We got to put Staten Island. So that was kind of
Hmm.
cool. And and hearing that they were just so raw.
Big
RZA's
time.
was out of tone.
Hmm.
Things weren't exactly on the right tempo, and
That's his
and
style.
yeah, and then it's funny because you don't even think about. I don't even I wouldn't even relate those things together in those times. I just thought of it as music. I didn't even really dive into it that much, and realize what it was, and then they started picking it out and playing tracks, and I'm like, oh, you are right. That was completely way more raw or way more dirtier than the stuff that was out there, or just not overproduced.
It was so original because you never heard like everybody in that group had a different flow. Nobody sounded the same at all,
Yeah.
and that's what it was back then. You didn't want to come out sounding like somebody else. You wanted to sound different than every MC. And then if you're in a group of like 9, 10 guys,
Mm-hmm.
and then all 9 and 10 of you do not sound the same, I mean that's a dope group. That's why I give Wu Tang like props because everybody was original. Everybody has like a different flow. Like you said, with RZA's off the beat flow, Jizza was like so intellectual flow, like he was saying like all kinds of crazy intellectual big ass words.
Yeah, Method Man was just smooth,
Method was smooth. Uh, Ghostface had his different kind of animated kind of. It was just all everybody was different.
and ODB come out of nowhere,
Yeah,
and
OD
he
was
has,
just
yeah.
and nobody. There was ever no be no OD. ODB was just so original and raw and out there. And still remember, I bought a CD with the food stamp as his
Yeah.
cover, food stamp card, which was real, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. But they were going on about them and stuff, and that was cool. And then they went into Biggie,
Hmm.
and just another thing I don't think I noticed as being so young and just listening to stuff was just when I don't really think I didn't know too much about underground Biggie at all, and
Oh, okay. The party and bullshit.
yeah, and then all I remember is the poppy stuff, let's just say. But like, and that's what they kind of pointed out, that Biggie came, or Puff Daddy came along, and you know, Tupac was around.
Yeah,
West Coast was the king at that point in time, and they were doing Cali gangster rap.
yeah,
So Puffy kind of went back, and he started sampling stuff and made him poppy, but made it just sound good. Where everybody liked it. The
yeah,
girls would listen to it, the guys would listen to it, but they were saying that he was okay to sell out. I don't know. People gave him the props, like, yeah, you should. Yeah, we don't like that you did it, but you're doing it so well that we gotta like it. And I was like, man, I didn't even realize like people would even thought about Biggie that way. I just always thought that's how Biggie was. But I don't.
no. If you seen the movie that came out for him,
No, I haven't seen that yet.
well, I mean, there's a part in there where Puffy's playing Juicy.
Yeah.
The song for Juicy,
Mm-hmm.
the original one, right? And he's playing the sample, just the original song, and Biggie's like, kind of much like, you want me to rap on this? Like, really? And Puffy's like, trust me, this is gonna be good. Like, I give Diddy props. He's a genius when it comes to producing and getting the artists like hits, like from Mary J. Blige to Jodeci, like when they first started,
Mm-hmm.
Puff, and like he does a good job producing his artists or
Yeah.
whoever he's working with. I give him props that. But yeah, Biggie wasn't all about that kind of poppy, stuff. He wanted to talk about selling drugs, drinking, maybe shooting up. That was his style when he was like underground. Like that song "Party and Bullshit." That was like his thing. But if you're gonna make money, you gotta kind of, you know, talk about something that's gonna appeal to everybody, not just
Yeah.
like the hood. Something you can say. So I mean, I can't lie. Yeah, Biggie has a lot of pop songs, but they were great.
Oh yeah.
I can't lie. They were
And
great.
that's what they were saying. But like, I don't know, at this, when I just knew him, that was what he was. I didn't know him before, so I had nothing to relate it to.
Yeah.
Or I didn't. I don't even think you know me. I didn't really. I was not really a Biggie guy, so I didn't really go back and listen to anything else. You know.
Oh, okay. No, his first. He only had 2 albums, but like there were 2 classics.
Oh yeah,
Like his,
instantly.
yeah, I love both albums.
Yeah. So
Equally.
yeah, I only got there right now, but it was cool. They had this part where they called this thing like the convention
Yeah.
in New York, where here's another thing I didn't know, but they called it the convention, and all the producers, would all get together and they would dig crates. So you had
okay.
De La
Yeah.
Soul, or De La Soul. You had Q-Tip.
Yeah.
You had DJ Premier. You had all the old producers. They would all come around. It was cool to hear them talk about it. Because they would all go in there and they would all be seeing what the other person had. Like, oh, what do you got? What do you got? And they would say that one of them would grab like bullshit records and then like kind of like front on them, like, oh yeah, I got this, I'm gonna do this, and blah blah blah, and joke. And then, but he would never do it. He would just kind of mind fuck them,
Yeah.
But it was just cool, like hearing the little games about them, and going back and forth. But what I didn't know was when Illmatic dropped. At that point in time, you just went to one producer, and they produced
Yes, you did.
your whole album.
Yeah, that's how
But
it was.
he like literally was like, nah, I want this person, I want this person, and this person, and this person. And that was kind of like you didn't do that.
No.
So that kind of gave that album a different feel for it all. You had Q-Tip on there, DJ Premier, Rakim,
Pete Rock.
Pete Rock. Yeah, Pete Rock. I think Pete Rock was the one that kind of messed around with people.
Yeah. Large Professor.
Oh, yeah.
Boy
Yeah.
from Main Source.
Yep.
Yeah. That album, yeah, this he picked the right producers, I can't lie.
Well, yeah, all up and coming guy, or some of them have been around, but I mean, some of those people were up and coming though too.
Yeah, pretty much. That was a different time, man. I missed it.
Yeah, I thought that was so interesting. I didn't even know. I just always thought, I always thought that, but then that's not true because I didn't know that was the album that kind of changed that, or you kind of broke that little thing and just go into whoever you wanted.
Well, if you think of like, I say A Tribe Called Quest, Prince Paul was their producer for like their first 2-3 albums.
Okay.
Prince Paul was their producer, so he probably produced everything. I know Q-Tip and them helped a little bit, but Prince Paul was the guy behind their album. And like you hear producers like Marley Marl and all them, like they produce like LL, Big Daddy, like they produced like the whole damn album pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Dre, when Snoop came out, Daz produced some stuff on there too, but that's how it was back then. So I didn't know this at the time too, but yeah, Nas, I guess, broke some kind of different way of making albums, just getting a bunch of different producers and different sounds, and it worked out.
Yeah, I recommend trying to watch that. The first one, I can't remember exactly how they broke down the first season, but I'm enjoying this second season right now. They're diving in really good.
For shizzle.
For shizzle. And then on Netflix, other things that I'm watching is Bodyguard. It's great. I know, right? No, it's actually the guy from one of Ned Stark's son on Game of Thrones. One of the guys from over there. It's an overseas, British, or I think maybe British show on Netflix, but it's great, man. You watch that first episode, grabs you in like the first half an hour, you're just glued to the seat, just like whoa, whoa, whoa.
Do they have British accents all through the show?
Yeah.
You know what? I can't lie.
You can't watch those?
I'm not a fan of the whole British accent. The only thing with British accent,
I don't know if it's bad though. I don't know if it's like rough.
But Benny Hill, they didn't talk, but they never talked to Benny Hill. But I don't know. I can't. I try to watch shows that have all British accent.
Oh, I love them.
I don't. I don't know. Something like what's that one movie that's real classic from the, is it 90s or the 2000s?
Oh, you're talking about like Trainspotting or something?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Trainspotting's rough. That accent that they have in there, that one's rough. There's a lot of them. There's Trainspotting, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah.
There's a couple of those ones. Some of those are hard. This one's not as rough as that because some of those guys are like really like, the ghetto,
Yeah.
like ghetto slang that they have, and some of those things, because you don't even, first of all, we don't even understand their slang, and then to understand their pronunciations, even a whole nother thing, But no, this isn't that bad, but
Okay.
but it's a really good show. I haven't even finished the first episode yet, but and we watched it maybe a week ago. We've just been so busy. But
Yeah.
that one, I just watched the documentary on Ronnie Coleman,
Bodybuilder?
the bodybuilder. That one was really
Yeah.
interesting, man. I loved watching. That guy is such a humble, good dude, man. Even all his competitors had nothing good to say, everything good to say about him, Um, just I don't know. We just look at him and we listen to, me and Laura were just captivated by his story, and it's just sad at 50 something, he's going through all these surgeries. He's jacked himself up, but he was just a true competitor that nobody's ever trained like him and will ever train like him or ever get probably as big as he did, A lot of those guys say the best Ronnie Coleman will still beat anybody that comes out now, and it was such a good documentary.
That's a big dude. That guy's man.
Yeah, you sit there and you watch these videos, man, and you see him work out, and you see how big he is,
Hmm.
And he was just always, he used to play college ball and stuff, and he was a cop. He literally
Yeah.
did this and worked as a cop, At
Wow.
a certain time, he would stop when it would become like Mr. Olympic. He would stop like for like maybe 3 months before and train.
Uh huh.
But yeah, and they said like, yeah, just watch it. I don't want to give away too much of the stuff, but that one's good, man. That we really enjoyed that.
How would it be to get pulled over by that guy?
Could you imagine?
Yes, sir. Whatever. Here's
I
my
ain't going
license.
nowhere.
Hey, I have weed in here. I've been drinking. I just want to let you know. I don't want you to fuck me up.
Yep. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman. Yeah, that's a big dude though.
Fuck yeah.
Super big dude. For me, I haven't. You know me.
Yeah.
I love watching my sports because that's just my thing. But there's this little documentary on ESPN they've been having where you can just go on their ESPN app and watch all 62 chapters. It's called Basketball Love Story, and pretty much it's talking about pretty much from the history of the NBA and all the different stories and all the different like players who've made the NBA what it is,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like for like in the 50s in college basketball there was a big scandal like in 1950 with gambling where you
Yeah,
know
the refs, right?
they the bookies or whatever were paying the players to shave points or so they can get to
Oh.
the point spread,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would pay them to do it so they can win money. And then they found out, and all these players were banned from college. They couldn't play pros. Some of them were able to. Some were convicted, and they never took money, but because they had teammates who did. They thought everybody was doing it.
Okay.
So they kind of killed their professional career for a couple years, and then they were able to play pro ranks. You know, but it just talks about everything. It goes from back in the day with Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell to recent with Steph Curry and the Shaq. Like it's just for me as a basketball fan, I can watch these all day.
Do they have one on Bugsley?
About Little Man, yes. There's a little
Yeah.
chapter about the Little Man, Bugsy, Spud Webb. I haven't watched them all. I mean, there's 62.
Yeah, because I
To
seen
watch.
like a little thing, like a backstory on Bugsley, and I was Bugsy, and I was watching his, and I was just like, I remember just always watching. I mean, especially talking about Space Jams.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, I always loved hearing his story and going back and watching that one. So I'll have to see about
yeah.
that.
So like, if you're big basketball fan, you'll love watching this. I always been I always like to know the history of a sport, like who was who and who invented it and all that other stuff.
Hmm.
So
I think basketball. I don't really pay attention too much, but I think it is one of the most exciting games to watch because there's just always something. You
yeah,
can't really can't really look away. Like me and Laura were watching a couple of Laker games while we are out eating and stuff, and she said the same thing. She was just looking up. She's like, basketball. I'm so intrigued by it because it just always back and forth, and it's kind of like soccer. But I mean, like soccer is like you have these big spans, you have this big field, but like basketball is just, they're not running too far to get back to that other hoop,
No, and it's constant scoring going on.
Yeah.
So, like in soccer, it could be 0-0 for most of the damn game, and nothing's going on. But yeah, pretty much, yeah, basketball has always been like my number one sport that I love and like I like to watch because I played it as a kid for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
It's just exciting, and plus, you don't even need nobody with you to even play basketball. You can just get a ball and shoot by yourself.
Yeah.
Like in baseball, what are
Football,
you gonna do?
You can't do nothing.
Can't do nothing. Tennis, what are you gonna do? Hit the wall back and forth?
Basically, that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not many sports where you can just play by yourself and actually have fun doing it.
Yeah, that's true. Besides golf, which is just strictly by yourself. But
yeah, you can play golf.
I can't really think of another game that's like that you can.
Yeah.
A team sport that you can still.
Yeah, there's not many.
Mm-mm.
It's not many.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, even soccer, you're just like kick the ball and you got to go all the way over there.
Who's gonna be the goalie? Who's gonna block it?
But who's the Lakers coach right now?
Luke Walton, former Laker.
Wasn't he just a Laker?
Nah, he
It can't be more than 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years. He was on those 2 championships they won in 2009 and 2010.
And his father his father was
Walton.
His father a Laker?
No.
Or just a basketball player?
Famous basketball player and now famous announcer
for
basketball. Bill Walton. Bill Walton's a character, man. I love me some Bill Walton. Yeah, and he got traded to Cleveland and he kind of retired, and he was an assistant with the Warriors when they were winning championships the last couple of years.
Oh.
Yeah, and he became the coach last year.
You guys aren't doing too good right now, though, right?
No, but
down.
like any LeBron team, when it's his first year, they usually struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a new team. LeBron has to learn his players. They got to learn him. I'll say about January, they'll get it rolling.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping. I'm tired. I'm tired of bad Laker basketball. It's been 5 years of very bad Laker basketball. Yeah,
hey, well, they could just go to the Raiders route and just lose every game trying to get.
No, I'm talking about the Raiders, man.
Man, that was that was like some Pop Warner I was watching.
I don't know how you and other Raider fans are dealing with this. Like they pretty much gave up on everything.
49ers, right?
No, they just gave up on the season. Seems like they just.
Oh
They've
yeah.
just been playing bad. I don't know what Chucky's plan is.
What is his plan? He's got like 3 number 1 picks.
He has 3 first-round draft picks. He's going to build a team through the draft, and because he has a 10-year contract for $100 million.
Yeah, so first season he ain't even worried about.
No, they're not going to fire him anytime soon. They're not going to pay him. If they fire him after the season, $90 million, to fire him. Hell no.
Mm-mm.
So he's going to rebuild, get the players that he wants, get the people in the draft that he wants. But I don't know. My Cowboys are not playing that well either. I can't say. They're playing pretty shitty. So just one of those things. But speaking of a former Cowboy, Des Bryant going to the Saints, which is crazy because the Saints are damn good. And he gets to play with a great quarterback like Drew Brees. And I don't know how that's going to happen. The Saints do play the Cowboys November 29th, so that's going to be something. Dez back playing against his former team.
That's insane.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's going to be weird. It's going to be weird seeing him in another uniform because
forever. Yeah,
but we cut him because he just started to suck, honestly. Can't lie. I don't know. I don't know if it was him or was the quarterback. But he started to decline. So think it was time to get rid of his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you got rid of Brian in fantasy this week.
Yeah, killed him. Oh man, that was funny. I was watching that. I'm like, oh my god, am I gonna win? Am I gonna win this fool? Got him.
So is he taking the Sizzler or what?
And I tried to say something about Scissor, but I don't know. I don't know if I have notifications on the messages. I don't know if he ever said anything back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't.
He normally texts me to tell me to look at the comments. He's like, he'll text me to look at those message board. I'm like, all right, let me take a look. And then he's making fun of me. I'm like, you could have just texted it to me.
That's true, huh?
Yeah.
No, honestly, he's the one that always comments on those fantasy things. Like I never do.
Yeah, I almost had Kelly last week. It was basically up to, God damn, what's that guy? I'm totally having a brain fart of Boston's quarterback.
Oh, Tom Brady?
Yeah, it was up to Tom Brady, and he didn't even have a big game 2 weeks ago, and I almost beat her, and that was all. I think I needed
I like how you call it Boston's quarterback. It's New England, man.
I know. I'm still hating baseball.
I didn't want to talk about it. I do not.
I went to Game 5.
You what?
I went to Game 5.
Shut up.
Yeah, I got tickets again. Fucking this shit was.
Did you tell me or no?
No, well, we haven't done the podcast for a while.
Oh, you went to Game 5?
2 years in a row, I've been to the elimination games.
Dog, you gotta stop going.
I know. Tell me. I mean, I knew Boston was such a good team.
Yes, that team is too good.
There was no way. We would have had to been batting. We would have had to been everything we could. But the thing is, you can't make fundamental errors on Boston, or they will capitalize. You cannot. You have to take all that away. Everything's just got to. You got to play baseball. Small ball too. You got to get in there and get these hits. These guys. Everybody's trying to get in there and be the Dodgers and hit these big home runs. Nice. And then we got Robinson playing analytical ball. When I believe you gotta throw that book out after you gotta throw that book out after postseason. That's got to go away. You don't have enough games to play that anymore.
You don't.
You've got to just play ball, and whoever's on is on, and whoever's isn't playing. They're not on the roster. They're not, or they're on the bench. You can't have you don't have the time. You
gotta just play who's playing hot in the lineup every day.
Yeah.
But the one thing our hitting coach left to become Cincinnati Reds hitting coach, and don't get me wrong, I like the hitting coach because he's helped a lot of the players. Like he helped Pui get better as a hitter, and other people. But I don't know if he was teaching them to always try to hit home runs. You got to teach these guys just to get regular base hits, just get on base.
Yeah.
It's just
a home run's only one run. I mean, you can get you can get a couple guys on base and then hit a home run. Great, but they killed us with just getting hits.
Yeah, like that team. I was afraid of that team too. I was like,
oh, I knew it was.
I was like,
Boston, and then they don't even have. I forget who's injured for the whole season, and like one of the best hitters that they have, and he's out, and they're
Pedroia?
Yeah, really, once he's healthy next year, they are insane. They're such a good team. It was a joy to watch them. Really, I mean, I hated them playing against us, but man.
I didn't hate them like last year. I hated Houston. Like
me too.
Some of the players, I just really hated them. But Boston, I just respected them. Like these guys they play the baseball the way I wish the Dodgers would play baseball sometimes.
Yeah. And once we made one error, they capitalized on it, took advantage, whatever the case was.
Yeah, that was.
And we played some good ball though. I won't take that away from the Dodgers. We hung in there a lot of times. We would answer back when they scored. And that's all you could ask for a lot of times.
Yeah.
But a lot of times the bat was just. I thought what was a really cool thing was what's his name laid down that bunt. I forget that guy's name that we're gonna get that had the. He's gonna be a free. Yeah, Machado. I thought that was cool of him, man. I don't like that dude at all. I don't like the way he plays ball. But he's a hell of a player. Don't get me wrong. That guy's got talent, but
he's good. But this World Series, he lost a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like you do this, and you're a fucking company. You know, you're a company, and you
Mm-hmm.
represent yourself, and you do that. Like just those little things that he did. You know, it's like people aren't gonna pay you. You think you're a hot shot? They ain't gonna pay that much now.
Yeah, he wants like 300 something mil contract. Like, dog, you ain't getting that much. You ain't getting that much.
Not no more.
No, no.
I mean, even before that, but I mean, he's talented, but
No, he's good. Don't get me wrong. It's just in the World Series, he didn't perform like he should as being an elite player as you think he is. And then him saying that he doesn't.
yes,
I'm not Johnny
yes,
Hustle. Like, dog.
really. Just have that in your brain. You don't need to say those things. That's what Twitter's for, you know, so you can get the alias and say some crazy ass shit like that. But I'm not Johnny on the hustle. That's what you want, you know. I forgot there was a play that I was telling Laura about. I'm like, this was all set up because I think it was Bill and Corey. Corey legged out a single and got on base. And created then got the second, then got all the way home and did something. And I was like, if that didn't happen, that was 2 outs. He would have the inning would have been over. We wouldn't have got like 2 or 3. I don't know how many it was, like 2 runs. And like that right there is like why you want somebody that's going to give it their all. You know, it's like he could have just dogged it and took an out, but he legged it. Well, first of all, that Corey's he's got some speed. Period.
He got speed
know?
and he has long legs.
Yeah.
So.
But that's the type of thing you want. You want the hustle and that stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. We're not going to sign the guy. So he's
out of
here.
Yeah.
He's done. He's done, man.
Oh, sorry, my rant. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. It was brutal to watch those games.
What is your feeling on him as a manager, though?
I honestly, I'm conflicted because
me too. Okay, good.
I think it's the president and GM telling him what to do, and he's just running with it.
I think so too, because that's not exactly him.
Yeah, I think pretty much you're saying, okay, with the whole analytics, like analytics has been around for a long time, but analytics is not supposed to run your whole. It's good to get certain players or to understand pitchers and hitters, but it can't be everything about managing. Sometimes you gotta what they call the eye test. Like, okay, this person has just been struggling lately. Like, I just can't put him in. Yes, he might have a high batting average against this one pitcher that's coming in, so I have to put him in the lineup. But if he's been 0 for like 20 something, I'm not going to put him in. I need to put somebody in who's been hitting.
Yeah.
Like, you just got to put your best. Like playoffs, you just like you said, put your best 9 players in there and go at it.
Leave it down
and
the
live
field.
with it.
Yep.
And live with it. So they just can't do that. So, yeah, I don't want no more baseball talk. No more baseball talk though. So,
I got one. We were talking about YouTube and streaming and stuff. I know you're a big YouTuber just like I am. Get off of baseball a little bit and maybe let some frustration out too.
yeah.
There's we're talking about originals also earlier. And Netflix is starting to do their own originals. They've been doing it for a while, but there's this one that I'm really excited for. It's called Wayne. And I don't know if they're from Boston or Philly or somewhere a grimy East Coast city, and it's from the guys that did Deadpool. I think they're 2 brothers or something like that. It's the guys from Deadpool, so they have like completely freedom, and these dudes are just like fighters. Like it's just like street fighting guy. Like, but he's not gonna win, but he just keeps on getting up and fighting and keeps on getting knocked down. Like there's this one where there's like 3 guys in front of this. What am I trying to say? In front of this body shop, and they're just talking crap to him, and he just like shows up. He looks like a nerd, looks like kind of like something's wrong with the kid, and just sits there and stares at him. Throws a rock in this window. The kids are like, push him down, beat him up. Gets up, throws another rock in the window. The guys are like, what are you doing? Like, you want me to do this again to you? Beat him up, and I think he throws another rock after the first rock he threw in, the owner of the place came out and beat him up. And then the dude just got back up, threw another rock, and the owner was just like, really? Are you kidding me? And so like that was like, it was like a 1-minute scene. And then I don't know if they're superheroes or what. I can't get the feel for it, but there's only like 4 or 5 episodes or trailers for it. And each one's like a minute or less than a minute. But it looks kind of funny, man, and weird and out there enough where I might want to watch it. So I'm kind of excited for that one. I don't know when it comes out, though.
I just looked it up. January 2019.
Okay. Oh, god damn. That's far enough.
Yes, yeah, it's a little far. I know Eminem has a YouTube.
Oh, yes.
Thing.
Beef or what's it called? Beef or
something like that, but
not beef.
Battle rapping.
Yeah, that one looked good too. He got some
of like the best battle rappers in the movie too. That's out.
Yeah, so. I'm gonna have to look at that. I remember I watched one of the episodes or the trailers, and I was excited for that. And I'm like, okay, good. Yeah. And the music, I don't know, man. I've been up and around everywhere, and I know we both complaining about Google Music, but I know Mick Jenkins has got some new stuff coming out, so watch for that new album dropping. J.I.D's coming out with something new, so watch out for that. I've been watching a lot of stuff on YouTube, just catching up. I've been watching my Lost in Vegas guys, watch my guys do the breakdowns. I've been loving all their stuff that they've been doing recently. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think I've just been listening to a lot of stuff that I can't remember now that I think about it.
No, I got you. Yeah, for me, like I haven't played nothing new. It's just I know Swizz Beatz. You wouldn't think of him as an artist. I mean, I know he's involved in a lot of music throughout the years, DMX and all that stuff. The whole Rough Rider clique back in the day. But he's always been a good producer. I've always
liked him.
Yeah, he's a good producer. But he has the album out, and like he has like some dope features and some dope songs. Cause I always loved Swizz's beats.
Yeah,
no pun intended.
He had Swizz Beatz.
Yeah, Swizz Beatz. He has Nas on there, Lil Wayne. Like he has some other people, and like it's just he made Young Thug sound super dope.
Okay.
Which I'm not a big fan of Young Thug, but on a Swizz beat, like in the way he was rapping, I was like, okay. Okay, Swizz, you know what you're doing, huh? I was reading, not reading, but watching an interview on him about this album, and he just says like a lot of artists do not like to be produced anymore, like they used to back in the day. You know, they just put a beat on and go in there, like the real. You got to make sure it sounds right, or you rapping right. Like he's, I'm not afraid to even somebody I respect highly. I'll tell them, nah, that's whack. Do that over again. You do better than that. Kind of like how Dre does it. Mm-hmm. Probably how Diddy did it back. I don't know. Diddy was that way. Like producer, like you're actually producing Deuce. You're not just putting a beat on and having rap. Like you're like, nah.
Yeah, you're not bowing down to the person that's rapping on your shit. You know.
Yeah, you want to make like Timberland. He's another one like that. Like you gotta know that. Look, if you want this to sound good. You know, if I tell you that it's whack, I don't take it personally. Pretty much, just know it could be better. So you might do, you want to do one take and that's it. Nah, you might do like 20 takes, 30 takes, just to get it right. So, and that's pretty much. You heard of Anderson .Paak?
Oh, yes.
He has an album coming out next week. And Dre was all over the project.
Yeah, I seen a little bit about that.
Yeah, and I was listening to the interview on him about that, and he says, "Yeah, I think it's the first time Dre has like worked on the whole album with the artist."
Because he reached, album. I think Dre reached out to him, right?
Maybe so. I know he signed the Aftermath. Oh,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he signed the Aftermath, and he's he's collabed with Kendrick and other stuff, but. He said this is the first time I think Dre's collab on the whole album since Eminem's albums, like back in the day. It's been a minute, but he said him and Dre are like the same. They want it to be right. Like it's not going to be one take. He'd be like, you know what? And he says I'm not afraid to tell Dre like, nah, I want to do it this way.
Yeah.
And Dre would be like, okay, cool, we do it. Because you gotta realize he says it's my project though, so I wanted to feel like me, not
you doing it. Yeah, and I like Anderson. Anderson .Paak is good, man. Yeah. Musician, singer, style. And yeah, I've watched a couple things on him on Tiny Desk concerts that they got. Man, that guy's got some. Yeah, I've always liked his stuff, man. Since he came out, he's been somebody that's just, you can't put him in a box, you know.
Nah, he's dope. I really like him. No, I really like it. I can't wait to hear his album though.
Raps and plays the piano, you know. Raps and plays the piano. Like, drums, come on. Too. Yeah. And then I think there was something about him where he was doing, how he got noticed was on YouTube. He would do remakes of songs that shouldn't have been rapped. So he would do like a soft song and he would rap it and play the drums on it and sing it. And that's how I just watched him on. I don't know if you ever watch Hot Takes, where those guys eat the hot wings.
Hot Takes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. He was just on there a little while ago, and he was talking about that, how he got famous, you know. And I didn't know that about him, you know. So that was interesting. I went back and watched a couple, maybe 2 or 3 of those, you know. And I was like, oh damn, that's cool, you know. I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's gonna. I hope he gets noticed more. He's pretty dope.
Yeah,
it's pretty dope. But yeah, man. You got any picks for this week?
Only picks I got to do is say, do not move. That shit is a pain in the ass.
I know.
Oh gosh, man. Well, actually, you know what? There's one thing about moving though. We did buy some Amazon boxes for like $35, and Laura was like, "You're wasting your money buying boxes." But these fucking boxes were good, man. Yeah. You didn't have to tape them. You didn't have to do anything. Wow. They all folded over and tucked in all perfectly, and we moved stuff, took stuff out, took the boxes back and moved it. So it lasted about 3 trips. You know, some of these boxes I still got some of them. So Amazon boxes. I forgot what the name of it is. Sorry. But it's from Amazon. I think it's their, might even be their product. But my picks is Nest, doorbell and cameras. I used to be a Ring guy. I used to love Ring.
Yeah, what's on Ring, man?
They would only record for 30 seconds after motion. Nest records at all times. And depending on your plan, you can do a 3-day recording of all 3 days, a 7-day recording, a 30-day recording, and depending on how you want them, you can keep them backed up. And I like that. You know, sometimes something would happen and we would go back and look at it, and if the motion lasted longer or started and then it came back, it would be just jumbled and really hard to deal with. This gives you everything. It identifies people. If I walk in, it'll notify Laura Mike is at the door. I can build up, like if you came over, I can put Brent is here, you know, or after a while it'd be like, oh, this is an unfamiliar face. And then I can say, oh no, learn this is Brent, blah, blah, blah. And then if you were to ring the doorbell, it would say Brent is at the front door, you know?
Hey, so I'm calling me by my government name.
So BJ will be at your door.
That's what I would say. I got warrants, dog. No.
Watch out. Oh man, watch out, El Chapo,
El Negro,
El Bio. But yeah, Laura loves it. There's not much that I can get away with putting new technology in my house, and I don't get too much shit back because I bought something new. Yeah. And I didn't get too much there. I just bought it, kind of didn't even tell her about it, let her get in the interface, and she loved it. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So that's my pick. What about you? You got anything?
No, man. I really nothing off the back. Just get some sleep.
Yeah, that's important. And that's damn. I need to get more of that. I got 3 hours of sleep last night, man.
I do have a pick. Bowflex dumbbells.
Oh damn! Right?
Dog. I'm so happy.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad.
You know why? Because, look, I bought this whole dumbbell set offline, right? But it's the ones that you have to unscrew that thing off, take the weights off, then put the other size weights on there, and then screw them back on or tighten up that little thing.
Next thing you know, you're already laying on the bed and not working out anymore.
Yeah, it's just too much hassle just to change weights. So, man, I was doing workouts with this. I was like, okay, just click, 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 boom, boom, different weight. Then I want to go up like 5-10 pounds, click, 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 boom. Okay, I'm like, man, I miss these things, man. I was like, I miss these damn things.
Oh man, that was so funny. I was like thinking about it. I was like, I'm just gonna give it back to them. I mean, I know you're, huh? That's what he said.
Using them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He's like, I've been working out, or whatever. When I talked to him, he's like, yeah, I've been working out a couple days. I'm like, good, man. I knew you always liked them, so I'm like, I'm just gonna give them back to them, man.
I love those things, man. I'm like, damn.
The only thing is, one of them slipped. So if it gets you on the foot, sorry. But one of them, I don't know, one of the 5s or 2s or something is loose every now and then.
Oh, okay.
So you just put it back on and shove it back in, and it'll last you a couple times. But yeah, I noticed that was happening. It never hit me or anything, but I was like, what the hell?
Well, they're as old as Aiden.
Yeah.
They're older than him.
That's
right. For a long time, dog.
Hey, they're still in good shape. They still work, man.
Yeah, they do. Those things are expensive if you buy them online.
Oh yeah, I've looked at them. I've looked at them. I was like, oh, I'll get a new pair. You know me. I'm always buying something. And I was looking at them like, oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna buy any of those. I'm not gonna buy anything new. But I ended up getting a gym pass though, and now I'm just going to Fitness 19, and that's weird. 19? Yeah, and that's weird because I was so used to these little gyms that I had. So I'm like, $10, you can't beat that. Or like $10 a month. I just bought a whole year and just got it over with. Didn't have to worry about it. Yeah, because these fools want your like bank account, your routing number. I'm like, let me just do one payment I'll be here for a year, Yeah. But you can only go to that one. But
if you pay more, you can go to other ones.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm not gonna pay another $10 to possibly go somewhere else. I'm like, the only time I'm gonna work out is if I'm right here anyway. So
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've never been a fan of working out in the gym. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
I have a weird vibe when I go work out at the gym. Like, I don't know. I've always been that way.
I'm getting used to it.
Huh?
I'm getting used to it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I would like to have that gym all to myself.
Yeah, I'm the same way too, man. I walked around this goddamn gym like 5 times just trying to understand everything. Every single time I still don't know what to do, because I'm so used to having like 2 machines and that's it, that I work on, or like 3 machines. Now I have like all this stuff. I don't know what to do. Like I'm like a little kid in a candy store. I'm like, oh, I can go there, I can go there, I can do this, I can do this. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. And then I ended up like but it's funny though because I can turn a workout from 45 minutes now to like a half an hour, So I'm in there for like half an hour and then I just jump rope for 20 minutes, Oh,
okay.
So.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, getting back in, and I was dead, dude. That whole time we were working out, the whole month, I did not work out. I ate whatever I wanted. I got off everything. I didn't care because I knew I wasn't going to work out. I knew I wasn't. I was packing, trying to find a new place, all this stuff. So I just told myself, all right, if you're going to do this for 1 month, just enjoy yourself. I was getting donuts. I was eating whatever. And I told Laura, I was like, I don't even want to weigh myself. And she's like, you probably weigh the same. I'm like, you think? And she's like, yeah, you probably lost, but gained fat. And I'm like, yeah, but I feel way bigger than I was, And she's like, weigh yourself. And I did it. And I was like the same fucking thing. So I was like, I just lost.
You lost muscle.
And gained the fat. But I was enjoying myself, man. I was like.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny, man. Well, I think that's going to be it, man. Episode 23, like MJ.
Oh, shit. That's right.
Yeah, not LeBron, MJ.
MJ.
23, the original 23 legend.
The OGG.
The OG. So, we'll see you guys next time.
Yep, thank you for listening.
Peace out.
We out.
Subscribe to B.M.B. Podcast on iTunes to listen, comment, and review. And you can also listen on YouTube and podbean.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at B.M.B. Podcast 3, and also on our Facebook fan page where you can vote on polls and stay up to date on future podcast episodes.